Welcome back, this is Board Game Officer. Today we're going through Deliverance. This has just hit the top 1 on the hotness level on BGG. So I'm excited to go through this. I've played it a handful of times. Today we're just going to do this one-shot playthrough, and I am going to do it solo. However, I am going to double-hand it with Shula and Christine. So let's do a quick rundown of the setup here. First we have the darkness board here, and then we have 2 characters, therefore we pulled out 2 random boards there. And as you can see, I have the acrylic standees ready, put out there when we spawn them. Next, you're going to take the miniatures. We have Christine here and Shula there. I'm going to get these painted at some point, but they are not painted yet. Then, what you're going to do is we have this battle deck. This is all of the enemies here. And we're just going to flip over 2 random ones here. So we have the Cruel Archer and the Abomination. Ooh, snap. All right. So what we will do is we'll look at this and it'll tell us where to spawn. We are going to place a Saint token on that mark within the board. Then we're going to place a Cruel Archer on that one and a Cruel Archer. So we're going to have 2 Cruel Archers. And then on our second board here, we're going to put 1 Saint on that little U part there. And we're going to just put 1 Abomination on the little W thing here. So let's go ahead and get that set up here. All right, so there we have the 2 Cruel Archers and the Abomination there. And then we have the 2 Saint tokens. They are going to start out on the oppressed side. And if we ever end our turn next to them without any enemies also adjacent to them, we will flip them over to the blessed side, and that will make less darkness come out towards us and less bad things happen. So that is our goal, is to try to get them blessed. I think that's the way blessed, but you flip them over. I'm not going to be perfect with terminology here, sorry. We give them each an activation token so we know when they have activated. We have our XP track starting at 0, and we have our prayer deck and heavenly treasure deck here up on the board as well. Now let's go ahead and look at our heroes here. We have Shula, the Keeper of Light. We have all of our abilities here. We've got 12 health. This sword is going to do 3, the hammer is going to do 1, and the book is going to do 4. Now these are going to equate to the symbols on here, because we could alter these here, and these, instead of having numbers of what they do, they correlate to those numbers. We're going to have this symbol with little wings on it, meaning that it is a free action, but because it's one underneath, that's a normal action. It's going to take an activation token for that symbol the second time we use it. So we could use light-footed once each turn for free, or we could use it a second time by flipping one of our activation tokens over. Now down here, each one of these is also going to cost an activation token. It's also going to, if it has a minus, it's going to cost 2 courage tokens. Or if it has a plus, you're going to get a courage token by doing that action. And we each start the game with 2 courage tokens here. So Shula here, she's got light-footed, move up to 3 spaces, and then add light to your space, which adding a light space, if we look here, is gonna affect the space on the map. When an angel ends their turn in the space, they heal 1 damage. So that's gonna be quite nice. Every movement she could add a light space, or she could starlight with a range of 2. She will gain 1 courage, and she'll deal a hammer, so 1 damage to a demon, and add 1 bonus damage to this skill if you are in a space with light. So if we place that light and then attack, we're gonna actually attack for 2. Or we have glow with a range of 3, and it's gonna cost 1 courage. We're gonna add light to a space within range of 3, then target angel on or adjacent to that space and heals the sword damage, so it's going to heal up to 3 damage, or whatever that number is. Then we have force beam with a range of 4 and 2 courage. We're going to deal the book damage, so 4 damage to a demon, then move that target up to 2 spaces in any direction. So that could be nice to move stuff away. And then every hero is going to have the prayer action here, which you're going to get a courage. You're going to draw one of the prayer cards here, which is going to be basically like a one-time action and abilities and benefits that you're going to can get. And then you get to roll a test, which is going to be rolling 2 d6s. And if you get a 7+, you're going to be able to cast down a darkness card or remove an affliction or revive a defeated angel. So we're going to get these darkness cards across our board here. Casting down a darkness card basically means removing a card from the darkness board. Removing an affliction is any type of negative status effect here, these 4. Or if one hero has lost all health, we can revive a defeated angel by getting 7+ as well. Then we will have talents as we level up throughout the game. We'll gain talents as we go to level up our character. Now let's look at Christine here a little bit. She's got 15 health, her sword's got 2, her hammer's got 3, and her book's got 2. Movement basically is shock. Move up to 3 spaces or deal 1 damage to an adjacent demon. So if I don't need to move, I get to do an extra damage, which is awesome. For an action, clash, range 1, and I get 1 courage. I'll deal sword damage to target demon. You may move that demon 1 space. You've got energy charge for a range of 3, minus 1 courage, and target angel heals book, so 2, and gets the test plus. On success, that angel gains in power, which if we look here, adds 1 damage dealt from skills by the bearer of this boon. And that stays until something tells you to remove it. So when you gain in power, everything on every single skill is going to add 1 damage, which can be super beneficial. Then we have lightning stab at a range of 2 and 1 courage. Target a space in range, deal the hammer damage, which is 3, up to 2 demons on or adjacent to that space. That one is super beneficial. And then we have our prayer and our 3 talents and our 2 actions that we get each turn. So real quick, let's go through a round here. The round always starts with darkness phase. We get to deal, not flip, we get to deal 1 darkness card out per hero. And then we add 1 card per oppressed saint. So as you see, we have 2, but it does say that we skip this step on the first round, but that shows you the importance of flipping those over. We resolve any drawing excess cards. So for every one that we need to deal out that we cannot, we flip 1. If all of them are flipped and we have to deal out more, that's how much each hero is going to take. So if we're full, all of them are flipped face up, and we have to deal out 2 more, each hero gets hurt 2 damage. So that is a very punishing part of this game here. And then we resolve. Each of those are going to have some type of negative ability that you have to resolve any face-up ability every single round. And then after that, we're going to go to the action phase, where all the heroes get to heroes and enemies get to refresh their action tokens. And then an angel's going to go, and then a demon's going to go, and then an angel's going to go, and then a demon's going to go, and then an angel's going to go. We go back and forth until everyone has activated, and then we go up to the level up phase, which is the skirmish mode only, which we are playing the skirmish mode, and we get to spend XP to level up, which we'll talk about once we get to that point. So also we're going to grab the Cruel Archer's board and the Abominations board. This is basically tells you how they activate, which we'll go over once we activate them. And we get to start our heroes anywhere along on this heaven gate is what this tile is considered, or the gate to heaven. So we get to start anywhere along here. And if you look closely, you can see a red border here. That is an impassable wall. And it's also that light blue is easier to see. That's an impassable wall. You're not adjacent. Someone's here. That means they are not adjacent to each other. You cannot move through it. You cannot move through enemies. Oh, you can move through enemies, but you cannot land on a space of an enemy. However, you can land on a space of a hero, and they get pushed back 1 space from the direction that hero came from. Also, there is no diagonals in this game. Everything is orthogonal, including distance. So diagonally is technically range of 2, because you have to go 1, 2. That's how you count range. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So what first thing we do is place 1 card face down per angel. And we have 2 angels. And then because this is our first round, we're going to not put out any more. We don't have it to resolve any flipping over, and there are no face-up cards. So that's the end of the darkness phase. And now we get to start. And I'm going to have Shula start here. So we're going to have her do her light-footed, which is going to go up to 3 spaces and add light to your space, which be like that. So that was a free action. Next, I'm going to do Starlight, which I get a courage. Deal hammer damage, which is going to be 1 damage to a demon within range of 2. I get to add 1 bonus damage to the skill if you are in light space, which I am. So I'm going to do 2 damage to this Cruel Archer. I'm going to put these out on the board a little bit like that, just so you can kind of see what's going on a little bit. As you can see, they have numbers. So this is Cruel Archer number 1. So I'm going to put the damage up in that left-hand corner to denote that the number 1 Cruel Archer has 2 damage. So that cost an activation, and I got a courage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my Force Beam, so it's going to cost an action token and 2 courage here. And I'm going to deal 4 damage to a demon, then move that target up to 2 spaces in any direction. So I will do 4 more damage, which will put me up to 6, which, as you can see, they have 7 health. So he's 1 away from dying, which kind of sucks. But I get to move him 2 spaces. So I'm going to move him 1, 2. Hopefully that will make it so I don't get attacked, because as you can see, that is my 2 actions. I don't have any more free actions, therefore that's the end of her turn. And if you could tell, I'm doing this like female angel team here. So now we look and we do the very first from left to right. So the first one is going to be these Cruel Archers that we're going to fight. So let's go ahead and look at his board here. Black arrow, range 4. So this means every time they activate, they're going to do this. So range 4, each cruel archer deals 1 damage to the nearest angel in range. This damage cannot be prevented by shields. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are just in range here. So I lied. No, there's no diagonal movement. So just 1, 2 is where he would have moved to. Sorry. But 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's the only one that's going to get hurt, but she's going to take 1 damage from 12 down to 11. Now we'll do 1 action, and we're going to roll a dice to see which one the cruel archers do. And we got a 1. So we look at 1 at range 4 and move 2. Cruel archer engages the nearest angel and deals 2 damage, then deals 1 damage to itself. No way. So they're going to move 2. And it's a range 4, so they don't have to, but engaging means they will move towards the nearest hero. Or right here, it doesn't really matter. But they will deal 2 more. Sorry, you couldn't see that. So they're going to move 1, 2, or 1, 2. It doesn't really matter because they're going to do 2 damage. So she goes down to 9. However, it does say, then deal 1 damage to itself. It has 6. That is 7 health. So it kills itself. And we gain, I'm going to use this for XP instead. And we gain 2 XP. And then he will also go 1, 2, and he's got a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he will do another 2 damage and 1 damage to himself. So Shula's already getting hurt here. She's already down to 7 out of 12, almost down to half. So number 2 took 1 damage here. Now they've both done that. So now their activation is over, and it is Christine's turn. So let's go ahead and do the shock. Move up to 3 spaces, which we're actually gonna have, right here, go 1, 2, 3. And since I end my activation next to the saint, that saint becomes blessed. So that was my free action here. Now I've got a couple options here. Actually, I'm gonna have her just come here to do that, because what she's actually gonna do, she's gonna do an energy charge. So she's going to spend 1 courage and a range of 3. As you can see, Shula is exactly within a range of 3. Heals 2 damage. So Shula is going to come back up to 9, and she gets to test 7, and on success, that angel also gains in power. Yes, and that is, if you can see that, an 8. So that means Shula does gain in power, which is going to be super handy here. So we're going to place this in power token on her board to remember that every single skill gets a +1 damage. All right, so that was 1 activation there. Her second activation is she's going to pray. So it costs an activation. She gains a courage. We're going to draw a prayer card here. And before actually doing it, it's got a scripture on the back here. Do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. The Lord does not see as a man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. On Samuel's search for a good king. So that is supposed to give you a semi-hint of what it could be. So deciding of whether or not you want to draw it or not. But we're going to do it anyways, which we have matters of the heart. So that symbol means it's a free action at any time. Does not have to be our turn. Target angel gains in power and light, which we just did to Shula. So I'm going to save this for the beginning of my next turn probably, to put a light where I'm at. So we will place that right there so I don't forget about it. And then I get to do another test of 7. Ooh, which is 8 again, which means I could take either one of these. I'm going to take this one. So we'll go through this real quick. That means you're going to activate it as soon as you flip it. This means you do not discard it. It means it's going to stay out on the darkness board for the rest of the game. So that's a good one to discard. That would have stayed there forever. So that was her 2 activations there. So now we're going to come to the abomination. So when he activates, he's going to roll test 7+. On success, each abomination afflicts adjacent angels with fruit. He is not adjacent to any hero, so we're not even going to roll that. And then it says we get 1 action and he rolls here. So we're going to flip that activation token over. We're going to roll to see what he does. And 3. We're going to look at 3. Tremor. Range is not needed, but he's got a movement of 5. Move towards the nearest angel, then target all spaces in a straight line in each direction, ignoring barriers. Each angel on those spaces dealt 4 damage. Oh man. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. Actually, did we just luck out? Because his straight line is ignoring barriers, but his movement does not ignore barriers. That means 5 is right there. And he missed us in all directions. Unless it means nothing is diagonal in this game. So I'm gonna say straight diagonal does not, just orthogonal direction, because everything in this game is orthogonal. So that's what I'm going with. All right. So that was the luckiest first turn. We killed one by it killing itself and didn't even get damaged by the abomination. All right. So now that everyone has gone, we look here, we get to go to the level up phase. So the amount of XP that you need to level up your characters is the amount of heroes that you have plus 1. So since we have 2 angels, we need 3 XP to level up, which we only killed 1 of them, which gave us 2 XP. So we only have 2 XP, so we will not do anything on the level up phase here, and we'll just start over to the darkness phase. So once again with the darkness phase, we have 2 heroes. So we put out 1 and then 2, and then we only have 1 oppressed saint. So we will only do 1 more. So we don't have to flip anything over. We don't have anything faced up to resolve. Therefore, it is our turn again. And Shula will go here. So I'm kind of in a bind here because the Abomination has 13 health and I cannot get to the Cruel Archer because I could kill the Cruel Archer if I could get to him, but I only have a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3, and I can't fill that space. Ooh. Do enemies block line of sight? Alright, so it does not say anything that I cannot attack through heroes or through enemies. It's just range. So she's going to move up to 3 spaces here. Just 1, 2, and she is going to light up that space. Now, once again, she is going to do our Starlight. So she's going to gain a courage and deal 1 damage to this demon, add 1 bonus damage to the skill if you are in the space with light, which I am, and I have empower, so that is 3 damage. So we'll take 3 damage, and it is a range of 2, meaning 1, 2, the Cruel Archer is within range, therefore I will attack the Cruel Archer up to 4 damage now. So that was activation number 1. Activation number 2 is here. I'm going to deal 4 damage. I'm going to pay 2, deal 4 damage to a demon, then move that target up to 2 spaces in any direction. No. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I could just do Starlight again. So I get another courage and I flip that over. Another courage. I deal 1 damage. I'm still within light, so I get 2 damage and power, so that's 3 damage. He's at 4 damage. He's at 7 health. So that 3 will kill our second Cruel Archer, which will put us up to 4 XP, meaning we will be able to level up next. Level up phase, which is sweet and super nice. So we will discard his card and his activation token. This slides over to the left, meaning at least they won't get to activate anymore. However, we still have the Abomination to take care of, and that was our 2 activations. We are done with her. However, she did end her activation in light, so she does get to heal for 1. So she's back up to 10, which is awesome. Now for the fun part. We are adjacent to that Abomination, therefore we will do this captive audience. Test 7+. And that is an 8. So we'll gain Root. We'll place Root on Shula's board here, if you could see that. And Root, the bearer's next movement is reduced to 0, then discard Root. So basically when we do our move action, we won't be able to move. Alright, now we get to roll to see what they do. Got a 1. So range is 1, move 5. Abomination engages the nearest angel and deals 5 damage. Holy cow. That Abomination is brutal. So we'll go from 10 all the way down to 5. Alright, I think we need to get rid of that Abomination. However, that is all that he does. He just straight up attacks. That means it is now Christine's turn here. So she's like way out of the battle right now. So she is going to use her move 3. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Or actually, no, they're going to go 1, 2, 3. Because he's still within range 3. Either way he went, it was going to be range 3. That she went. So that way, at least I ended up on light. So that was our free action. So what I'm actually going to do is lightning stab. It's only a range of 2. However, the targeted space only can be range of 2, and then I'll deal 3 damage up to 2 demons on or adjacent to that space. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do that twice here, and I'm going to pay the 2 courage because I'm doing it twice, and that means I'll do 6 damage. So 2 spaces is 1, 2, so that's my range of 2. It just says all demons, so I could target this space because all demons will take 3 damage. I did it twice, so this Abomination will take 6 damage. Alright, that actually worked out okay. However, oh wait, sorry, before I did that, I told you I was going to do this. I was going to play this card. So I gain Empower, and my space gains Light. However, I'm already in a light space. So sorry, this is the card I was talking about. Target angel gains Empower and Light. So I'm gaining Empower. I did this first before. That means I attacked twice. Each time I attacked was actually 4 damage. So he's up to 8 damage now. However, and that, I'm just going to end with that. That means she would be able to, she is in light, so she would heal 1, but she can't heal 1. She's at full health. So that is the end of the round because everyone has done. Now we do get a level up phase. So we will spend 3, so we go back down to 1. Now what we get to do on level up phase, we could either choose the lowest talent that we don't have yet. So at this point, it would just be a level 1 talent. We draw 2 and we pick 1 to keep. Or we could pick Heavenly Treasures, draw 2 and pick 1 to keep. Basically what it is, Heavenly Treasures are going to increase your stats here on that left side. Your talents are going to be extra abilities. They could either upgrade one of these, give you an extra action you could do, or another choice of an action you could do on your turn, right? It's going to give you some sort of upgrade ability. So you could decide between the two. I'm definitely going to go with both of them for the talents. So let's do Christine first here. So we'll draw the top 2 and we get to keep one of these 2. So this is a free action, but we do have to pay 1 courage. Thunderclap. You may use this skill once per round. Each adjacent demon is dealt 2 damage and must move 1 space. Then you may also move 1 space. Okay. So basically for free action, just paying 1 courage is an extra 2 damage, but if I have empower, it's 3 damage. Or a passive ability is your skills gain 1 range. And as an option, at any time you may discard this card. If you do, gain 2. Oh, interesting. I'm definitely going to go with Thunderclaps, getting that extra damage there. We'll place that right there. So remember that we have that extra free action we could pay for now. Now for Shula here, we'll draw the top 2 again. We have as a passive Light Warden. Whenever you end your turn on a space with light, gain 1 shield. That would be pretty handy in the past to have a shield. Or as a free action, once per round, you may add light to a space that does not contain shadow and range is infinity. Just anywhere. Each round I could put a light underneath Christine. That's pretty cool, actually. I think I'm going to do this shield because I'm hurting already and I could use some shields. So we will place that one right there. And that concludes our level up phase here. So we are back to the darkness. Now, as you can see, we're going to run into a few things here. So we have 1. Now we need a second one for our second hero, and a third one for our oppressed saint there. That means we need to flip 2 of cards. So we're going to go left to right and flip these over here. So now we flip them over. Now we go activate them. Technically, we could do any order we want. All right, so this one, let's look at this one here. So it's just an activate, and as soon as we activate it, we'll throw it away because it doesn't have that continual symbol there. So angels are dealt 1 damage for each demon in play, up to a maximum of 8 damage, divided however amongst players. For each protected saint, reduce that damage by 1. So we have 1 protected saint, there you go, not blessed, protected saint, and we have 1 demon, therefore that actually does absolutely nothing to us. That does not happen very often. Most of them are like this. Each angel is dealt 3 damage. If any player has a prayer card in hand, reduce this amount by 2, which I just used my prayer card, therefore each angel will get dealt 3 damage, but we do discard that. So she is going down to 2 health, and Christine is going down to 12 health. All right. Well, that was a little intense, but we get to go on, and it is now Shula's turn. So we'll flip all activation tokens back over, and Shula is going to move. However, she can't move so she gets rid of her root. So he only has 5 health left. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my glow here twice my starlight here twice because my starlight does 3 damage since I'm in light. And I gain. So I gain a courage and I gain a courage. That means I'm doing 6 damage for both of my activations here. And he only has 5, so that 8 or that 6 will kill him right off the bat. And we do gain 3 XP for killing him, meaning we will get to level up once again at the level up phase. He gets over. Now, since we have defeated all demons out on the board, during the skirmish mode here, we stop everything right there and we start setting up for staging the final battle. And let's go through quickly how you set up the final stage here. Is remove all status effects from characters and map tiles. So that does include both of these in powers. So I really want to get those back. We discard all face down darkness cards, which that was super nice that both of those were discarded, so we're free there. Remove any saints from the map tiles. Here we go. But we do not remove angels. They stay. Oh, status effects are also, these light areas are also considered status effects. And then for any unused action tokens, so Shula used both of hers, but Christine, for each one, she could either gain a courage, cast down 1 face-up darkness card, heal 3 damage, or draw 1 prayer card. I wish Shula could heal 3 damage because she's hurting so bad. All right, I'm going to draw 2 prayer cards for Christine here. So her first one she draws here is Fiery Stones. On free action during your turn, target angel moves up to 3 spaces. Each demon on or adjacent to one of these spaces is dealt 1 damage. Okay, that's not too bad. And the second one here is Guerrilla Tactic. Play as a free action on your turn, gain Swift. Your next damage skill used this round deals 2 bonus damage. Okay, and Swift, as you can see, the bearer adds 1 additional space to their maximum movement. So they get to move a little bit more, and that round she gets more damage dealt. I was hoping to get some healing for Shula. I might just have to do energy charge a couple times. I don't know, we'll see. All right, next thing we do is we get to gain a free level. So we don't have to use XP, we get a free level here. So once again, I am going to choose talents for this, for both of these. So let's draw 2 for Shula here. Our choices are Prismatic Refraction, which are upgrade. You may select additional targets when using your skills. Pay 1 courage or remove 2 light boons from the battlefield for each additional target. Wow. So that means like that Starlight, what I've been doing, I could attack 2. That's if I could get Empower back, that's 3 damage. Okay. Or Polychromatic is a free action. Once during your turn, you may remove all light boons from the battlefield. If you removed at least 3 light boons in this way, gain 1 action. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go for that upgrade though, right there. And I will pick 2 for Christine here. Accumulate. We get to pay 1 as a free action and range 1. You and other healers in range each heal 1 damage. Or heal an additional 5 damage divided among targets however you choose. If you discard the skill. Yep, that's gonna happen. Or conduction. Whenever you use a skill, deal each damage in range 1, each demon in range 1 damage. Wow. So that's just like adding more and more damage. That is tempting, but I really need to heal. Like healing 5 would be amazing. Yeah, I have to get accumulate. That's sad, because that's basically adding another damage where her other skill also adds 2 damage if I pay 1 courage. That would basically deal 3 extra damage for every courage oh man, that could be stinking brutal. Do I go for healing once or damage? Healing once, damage. Healing once, damage. I need to heal. I don't think I could do this alone. All right. We'll help our teammate. So that was that step. Now we can use our XP to level up again. So we'll take this back down to 1, and we'll get a 3rd talent here. So let's go ahead and draw 2 for Shula here. Aurora Ultima as an action. So this is a whole nother action option. Pay 2 for a range of 3. Deal damage equal to your books plus swords to a demon. If that target is defeated by the skill, gain 1 courage. So that is 7 damage. Yep. That's gonna happen. Holy Ground. So another action, but pay 4. Choose a space in range 4, add light to that space, and deal each other space adjacent to it. And each other space adjacent to it. Deal book damage, which is 4, to each demon on these spaces. Angels on these spaces each heal 3 damage and gain Blast. Oh, and Blessed is you heal 1 at the end of your turn. Oh, when a test is passed by the bearer of this boon, they heal 1 damage. Whew. Once again, that's healing, but yeah, this one. Straight up this one. Yep, Aura Ultima. And number 3 for Christine here. Our 2 options are Marvelous Voice. As an action, pay 2, range 3. Once per round, grant an angel within range courage equal to your book skill, which is 2 right now. When targeting yourself, this skill costs 1 less. So I could pay 1 to gain 2, but it's an action. Or upgrading my lightning rod, which I'm guessing my lightning stab to a rod. When you use lightning stab, if a demon is on your targeted space, deal 2 bonus damage to that demon. There we go. Without question. So now we're going to reveal 1 new map tile per angel in the game. Using this process, do not move angels from the current spaces. Add number of tiles to the map equal to the number of angels. Kind of a lot in there, but so we add 2 more. But this time we're going to spawn 1 minion here. So we're going to draw 1 minion here, which is going to be the Meddling Imps. But then for the second one, we're actually going to do a prince. This is considered the final battle here, is to defeat this prince here. And we are fighting Antiochus. So the Meddling Imp will go to this first one. We're putting a Saint on the little U shape there. And then a Meddling Imp on all 3. Antiochus, we're putting it on the little triple line here, like that. All right, so there we have our board set up now. So now our goal is to defeat all enemies. Once we defeat all the enemies, we win. We have the Meddling Imp, and we have the large board for Antiochus, which you can see his health is 39. And then if you look here, the Meddling Imps, they each have 4 and only 1 XP for when we defeat them. So basically we get to level up 1 more time if we defeat them, because once we defeat him, we win. So once again, we start here. However, also we have a Prince Darkness deck, meaning the first darkness revealed every single round will be one from this deck, and it always reveals face up. So our first one will be this one. As you can see, this castle means that we cannot get rid of it through our prayer action. It means right now and every turn, angels are dealt 1 damage for each adjacent shadow affliction. This includes their current space. So luckily that doesn't do anything now, but that will stay out. And because we have 2 heroes, we'll place 1 face down there. All right, so that is the darkness phase, and now we get the hero phase. And it is Shula's turn here. Because she's hurt so bad and we are so far behind, we'll let them come to us. We can sit here and heal a little bit and pray and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna do a glow. We're gonna pay 1, add light to any space, which I'm just gonna do it to the space that she's on right there. And then that target angel on or adjacent to that space heals the sword, which is 3. So she will gain 3 health there. And she is just gonna do that again. So she'll pay 1 courage. Oh, and her 2 activations there. But this time she has a range of 4, so she's gonna put 1 underneath Christine as well. Actually, I'm gonna have Christine come up here. So on her turn, so I'm actually gonna put the light right there. And then on or adjacent to that space, once again, that she is adjacent to that space, as you can see. So she gets to heal for 3 more. She is back up to 8. I feel so much better about that. But that was her 2 activations. So we come over here, and it is the meddling imps. So they get to remove all damage counters from each meddling imp. So basically, if we don't kill them, they're going to heal. And then we go ahead and roll. So we get a 6. Ooh, usually that's the worst. It could be our little secret. Reveal the top card of the darkness deck. If it has a lightning symbol, deal 2 damage to angels, divided however players choose, then discard the revealed card. So we go like this. It does not have it. So we'll place that over there, and that's it. Really, that's it? Oh, for each one though. For each one. So that was the first one. Then number 2, ooh, we each get 2 we deal 2 damage, and again, sweet. So 4 damage. Yeah, I'll have each of them take 2 damage there. All right, that was a little worse. Doing that 3 times. Okay, they don't move at all. Dang, that's the only one. The other ones they would have moved and got closer. They're still so far away. All right, well now it is Christine's turn, and she is just gonna pray twice. Well, she's gonna move 3 first here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, also Shula ended her turn on that light space, so she was supposed to gain 1. She's at 7. And then I'm just gonna pray twice. So I get 2 courage from praying twice. Or yes, I'm actually gonna pray once. So get a prayer card. For free action on your turn, target angel gains 1. If that target has 10 damage counters or more, they also gain 1 action. Use immediately. Wow. Okay. That would have been nice with Shula a second ago. Now I get to roll to see if I get to remove that darkness card we just put down. Yes, I do. That is 11. Ooh, sorry, you did not just see that. I'm sorry. I just rolled that 11 there. And I will remove this darkness card. Oh, which wouldn't have done much anyway. All right. So then for my second action here, I'm going to use this one as I used 1 action. The free action, I'm going to pay this one. For you and another adjacent angel, which we are adjacent, heal 1. So we both heal 1, and she'll go back up to 8. And then once again, or I have 1 more action, which I will pray again, because I can. Empowered, play at any time. Add 3 to the result of any test performed by an angel. Afterwards, that angel heals 1 damage and gains empower. Yes, there's my second empower option. All right. That was my second action though there. And I forgot Shula did end her space on light. For that ability, she does gain 1 shield. All right, so that was Christina's activation. Now we will go on to Antiochus. So, Dark Presence. Add shadow to the nearest angel's space that does not currently have shadow, which will be this one. So this one will just flip over to there, which it will deal 1 damage at the end of my turn, on the angel's turn. The other one here, angels are dealt 1 damage for each shadow affliction in play. So there's only 1 shadow infliction in play, so I will have Shula, or Christine, take that 1 damage. Now we get to roll. So 2. So range 1, move 6. Antiochus engages the nearest angel and deals 4 damage. If that angel is on or adjacent to shadow, Antiochus heals 2 damage. So he gets to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even close, so he doesn't do anything else. Alright, so that is everyone. Everything will flip back over there. And we will do darkness, which is 1. Each saint moves 2 spaces towards the nearest shadow affliction. If saint is on to a shadow this movement, that saint is oppressed. Okay. And then we have, so that was 1, 2 for the heroes. We have 2 oppressed saints still. We'll go 1 and 2. They'll start now. Angel dealt 1 damage for each adjacent shadow affliction. So they will each take That's Shula down to 7. Christine down to 9. Each saint moves two spaces towards. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Because there's that barrier there. Alright, and that is all she wrote. So it is Shula's turn now. So, alright. So she's gonna move 3. 1, 2, 3. And add a light to that space. Actually, no. Oh, nay. He's just gonna move 1. He's gonna move 1 to there. Turn this into a light space. Shula is gonna make this so much easier. If I could, so she just moved here, turning that space into light. If she could change all those darknesses, shadow spaces back into light, that will be amazing. Okay, so for her first one here, she is going to glow, which will add a light space. I'm gonna put it right there. It has to be right here. So then target angel adjacent to that will heal for 3, which will be her. So she'll go back up to 10. Nice. And she's gonna end her turn on that light. So she's going to go up to shield 1 and up to 11. Now she's gonna pray for her second action. Oh, that was first action. Second action, she's praying. And move, as an action, move up to 3 spaces and gain 3 shield. Then deal damage equal to your highest single stat to an adjacent enemy. Okay, I don't mind that shield. Don't mind that shield at all. All right, and she gets to roll here. They see me rolling. Let's see if she gets rid of stuff. That is a 7, exactly. So we will get rid of one of these. Awesome, we'll discard that one. Once again, because these have the castles, we cannot get rid of those, which is sad, but that's all right. So that was her second action there. That is her turn, and the meddling imps get to go this time. Once again, remove all damage counters. They aren't hurt. We will roll. They got a 2. Meddling imps engage the nearest angel and add wither to that target with a range of 1. If that target has wither, meddling imps deal 2 damage instead. So they're going to move 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. They are moving down the board here. It's actually been a little bit. All right. Now we're going to finally see Christine shine here, because we're going to do that lightning stab. But what we're going to do first here is we're going to move up to 3 spaces. We go 1, 2, just right there, so I'm still on light. And then I'm going to pray. So we get another prayer card here. Deal 7 damage to demons, divided however you choose. Ooh, okay. It's actually not what I want yet for a full action. Not yet. I'll show you why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. I get a 10 for that thing, for the prayer, but just because I'm going to do this, add 3 to the result of a test performed by an angel, which doesn't really do anything for me, but that angel heals 1 and empowers 1. So I'll go back up to 10 and get that empower back. Now that is important, because now I'll do my lightning stab, which I'll pay 1 courage, target space within a range of 2, deal the hammer damage up to 2 demons on or adjacent to that space. So I pick 1, 2. So that means these 2, and because I have empower now, and my hammer is 3 plus the 1 from empower, that means I do 4 damage to each of these guys, and they both die. Just like that. Therefore, we do get, we get 2 XP, which means we will level up after this. Booyah. All right, that was both of her activations here, right? Because she did prayer and lightning stab. However, that means Antiochus gets to go now. So add a shadow to the nearest angel spot. She gets to heal 1 because she was in light at the end of her turn, but that light does now turn to shadow, like that. And angels are dealt 1 damage for each shadow in play, divided by however long heroes. So I'll have her lose that 1 again. That was Christine losing that 1. Now I get to roll. All right, so we got that 6. Each angel must move 3 spaces towards Antiochus. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and deal 3 damage to each angel within range of 2, which there's any. If that angel's space contains shadow, deal 1 additional. So that's all he does, is he kind of pulls us towards him. And now that's the end of the round. Everything gets flipped back over, and we get our level up phase here. So we'll pay that 3. Now we'll see heavenly treasures. So this will be, all right, so we deal 2. This is for Shula. Once during your turn, heal 1 damage or pay 1 to gain empower. There we go. And we get 1 extra life, but we don't get any extra abilities. That's all right. But I'm going to gain that. It's a free action to gain empower. As a free action, pay 1 to gain empower. Then for Christine here, we could pay 2 to gain an extra action, or once per round test, 9+, add light to any space within range 2 and gain a book. That book would have been good for Shula. Let's do this extra action, Flaming Saber, which actually sounds pretty cool. All right, so that was our level up. Now we go back to the darkness phase. And we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to get rid of one of these actually. I would have gotten rid of that one. So 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we go and resolve them all. Let's see here. So Angel dealt 1 damage for each adjacent shadow, which no one is actually adjacent anymore, so that's fine. Move 2 spaces towards the nearest shadow affliction. So this one goes 1, 2. This one goes 1, 2. Still not toward next to shadow yet. After an angel dealt damage with a skill, that angel has dealt 1 damage. Oh dang. Means every time I attack we're gonna get hurt. Test on 7+. We got 6. We did not get 7+. So we're not dealt damage. Oh, on failure. Dang it. Each angel is dealt 1. So Shula goes down to 10 and Christine goes down to 9. Then once on their turn, an angel may remove an adjacent shadow affliction, then must test 7+. On failure, that angel is dealt 2 damage. This is not an action. Oh, that's actually not too bad. All right. Now it is Shula's turn. So Shula we have back here, and we're range 1, 2, 3 away from that guy. And our force beam is range 4, and it deals 4 damage. So right off the bat, I'm just gonna pay that 2 and just paying that 2 to do force beam that does 4 damage up to 2. Oh yeah, within range 4. So I'm gonna pay that 2 to do 4 damage to this guy, which will kill him, just so he won't activate. So he'll go there. However, Antiochus will activate after that, but that is fine. So now that was 1 action. For my second action, I'm just going to go 1, 2, or actually, no, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I could turn this into a light space and flipped over this oppressed saint, which I forgot we get an XP for flipping over oppressed saints. So technically, we got 1 for killing that imp. We got 1 for flipping over that oppressed saint. And during the last round, we flipped over 1 oppressed saint, which we did not get an XP, so I'm going to gain that right now. So we do get another level up, which is very needed, I think, right now. So for free action, she's going to spend that courage to gain in power. There. She's taking damage but had shields. We'll just worry about that later for the next attack. So her first action was force beam. Now she's going to pray to get another courage and to get this thing. Player in action, cast down a darkness card, then each angel gains blast. Okay, that is not too bad. I gain an extra heart. Got to gain that heart. I am in light, so I gain 1 there, and I get another shield. 5 is the max you could have at one time. So she's done her 2 activations. She has 3 shields. It is now Antiochus' turn. So add a shadow to the nearest space, which is this one here. Angel dealt 1 damage for each shadow affliction in play. We have 2, so we will each take 1 damage. Shula down to 11, Christine down to 8. Now we will roll. 5. Each angel must move 3 spaces towards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we are just. And then deals 3 damage to each angel within range of 2. 1, 2, 1. We are not within range 2. All right, so we are just in position for Christine to come rain some hellfire down on him. Because the first thing she's going to do is for her first action, she's going to play this to deal 7 damage plus 1, so 8 damage. So I'm just going to use 2 of these, 25 and 14, to get up to that 39. So I will do 8 damage here, maybe. So I'll do 8 damage. It goes down to 6. So that was 1 action. All right, then I'm going to spend 1 courage to my lightning stab to do 3 damage, but I'm going to do 2 extra damage because I'm going to pick that space, so I do an extra 5 damage. So this goes down to 1. So he's at 26 health already. However, that was that. So actually, I used this beforehand to gain that swift and to deal 2 extra bonus damage to my last skill that I just did. Oh, and I had my empower, so that's 3 extra damage. So that one goes down to 0, and this one goes down to 23. I forgot to move. 1, 2, 3. And lightning stab is a range of 2. Sorry. I did. Oh. No, 1. This is her 1, 2. Actually, just 1. I'm not adjacent, just in case. All right. So that is Christine's turn. So that is the end of that round. However, we're really going to get hurt here. But we do get to level up. So we get rid of all 3 of those. We're going to get these 2 for Shula here. There you go. Use 1. Still 4 damage to a target demon. Place a token on this item when used. Or once per round. 9. Test 9 plus still 2 damage to an adjacent demon. Yep, definitely going for this one. Get another heart and another book ability there. And this is for Christine. Ooh. Your skill deals 1 bonus damage to targets with an infliction, which I don't have anything to give them an infliction. Or penalty. At the end of your turn, you are dealt 1 damage unless you use a prayer action, but each one gets up 1. I think I'm going to do this one because that hammer is what I really use. All right, now let's see if we survive this darkness round. Because we have 3. We have 2 heroes and 1, so we have to 3. Yeah, all 3 of those are there. So, I'm pretty sure that this still flips over and replaces 1 here. So 2 damage. So we each take 2 damage. So 11 down to 9, 8 down to 6. And now we resolve these. Angels are dealt 1 damage for each shadow adjacent. There's nothing adjacent. Move each saint 2 towards the shadow. 1, 2. And they are oppressed there. Each angel on or adjacent to a space with a shadow. Each demon heals. Nope, that doesn't do anything. And that's a 10, so we are good there. And on once per turn, an angel may remove it. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh well. All right, we survived actually. So let's flip all of our activation tokens back over here. All right, so let's see if we could do 23 damage this turn. Let's go to Shula here. Once again, nope. So we'll give that 2 damage back. 2 shields went away. There we go. So let's just right away do this. I'm gonna put that there. We're just gonna do 4 damage to a target demon, just infinite range. So we'll do 4. So he's down to 19, and that was a free action. And then I'm gonna do this Starlight here. Oh, let's see. I'm going to move first. 1, 2, 3. And put a light space underneath me. So I gain 1. And I deal a hammer. +1 because I'm in light. +1 there. So I do 3 damage. Sorry about that. So I added 1. Hammer, so 1. I'm in light, so that's 2. Empowered is 3. So I'll do 3 damage. 19 down to 16. And then I'll use my Aura Ultima for an action. Oops, I did 1 action. Then another action. And I will do my books, which is 5. Plus my sword, which is 3. So I will do 8 damage, 9 damage by paying 2. So that is 9 damage. So that means he goes down to 7. Yeah, he's totally dead. As long as he doesn't kill both of us somehow. I end my space in light. So I get 1 and 1 there. And now, dang, I'm so sorry. So I gained 1 there, and I gained a life point there. However, now it is Antiochus' turn. Add shadow to the nearest angel space. That means this will flip over there. Angels are dealt 1 damage for each affliction, divided however the players choose. We have 3 in play. We will have Shula take all of this because she's got 2 shields. So she will just take 1 damage down to 11. And now we will roll a 3. Each angel is dealt 2 damage. Add wither and curse if that angel space contains shadow. So each angel is dealt 2 damage. So Shula will go down to 9. And Christine will go down to 4. Whew, Christine's getting down there now. But since Shula is in shadow, she will get withered and cursed. So we'll add those to Shula's board, which withered, when the bearer ends their turn, they are dealt 1 damage. And when the test is failed, they are dealt 1 damage. All right. However, that is everything that he does. So let's hope that Christine could do 7 damage here, which she definitely easily can. So the first thing she's going to do is she's going to pray because she needs to get a... No, actually. Oh, yeah, look at this. I'm doing this. Target gains 1 courage. And if they have 10 damage counters or more, they also gain 1 action. I'm down to 4 out of 15. I mean, I do have 10 damage counters, so I get a free action right off the bat, which... Actually, I'm going to say I moved first, so I was adjacent. And then my free action, I'm actually going to use Clash. So I flip that. I deal 2 damage to the target demon, and then I may move that target demon 1 space. So I do 2 damage. He goes down to 5. I don't want to move him, so that's fine. Now I come back over. I do my lightning stab. Flip that over. I deal 4, 5, 6, 7 to Antiochus, and that kills him right away. Boom. All right. I know I did a lot of mess ups. Please let me know down in the comments down below all the rules I missed. I'm sure I missed a lot. So please let me know how I did. Check out a couple of my playthroughs and the unboxing of this game and playthroughs of other games. And I will see you later.